Okay, we should be finding the one that says this. Monitors less than 6 point. Yours might look a little different, but that's what you're going to be looking for. So I'm doing a little preview. Um, so we're going to choose this one at the top, section 1. You will go to next. And this is where we start thinking about and being aware of how these tests works. So the first question is look at the graph. So I'm looking at it. I know that it's proportional, it's in a line, and it goes through the axis. So therefore, I need to figure out which equation represents the relationship between x and y. So that's when my brain starts automatically go, I know y equals k times x. So the second thing that I need to process is how do I figure out what the k constant is? In order to find the constant, we look for the unit rate, and this does not pass evenly, so I am going to find a point on this line that is easily identifiable and label it. So it is 2 along my x and 3. Now, I remember that k is y over x. So now I have to apply this knowledge to this information. So 2 is the x, 3 is the y. So I'm going to substitute that in for k. Y equals 3 over 2x. Now, I could look down here and try to figure out which one it is. They give me plenty of ways to be wrong. So I want to make sure that I'm right. I tell you the mistake that I make is I get them upside down. And I know that that's a mistake that students make frequently too, which is why I write this out. K equals y over x. So that I remember the y goes on top. And I even write down the coordinates so that I do not get it wrong. So 3 over 2. All right. Now we will go to next. I'm going to erase this. This is the reason why I wanted to make sure that we did this, because I have to start matching these equations. And there's a lot here. So I'm assuming that I have to deal with these first, because those are the problems that I see. Let's see. So a recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of flour for every 2 tablespoons of sugar and 6 tablespoons of flour for other 3 tablespoons of sugar. So you're going to write that on your desk. Flour, sugar. And it was 2. Nope, I had that backwards. Let's see. Let me see if I can read it. 2 tablespoons of sugar for 6 flour. So 2 with 6, and then 3. Let me make sure. Nope. It's hard to read, like I said. So 4 tablespoons of flour for 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, I'm glad you guys probably have a desk to write on, and you're not trying to write with the mouse. And then 6 tablespoons of flour with 3 tablespoons of sugar. So it looks like it's 2x. Right. Because see how I multiply it by 2 to get there? So this one goes with this one. Okay. So let's try the next one. I'm going to be looking at this problem carefully. There's muffins and containers. So there are 12 muffins, 3 containers, 16 muffins, 4 containers. So if I did this dividing, 12 divided by 3, 3 divided by 12. Well, 12 divided by 3 is 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So that makes my constant that keeps happening is 4. So my belief, and this is where it gets weird, is that this one goes with this one. All right. We're going to do the same thing on this problem. Okay, miles, hours. She does 6 miles in 2 hours, 9 miles in 3 hours. So if I divide them, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my constant is 3. So that means y equals k, which is 3, times x. Okay, so that would mean it's this one. So I'm going to drag this here and this here. Whoops. I probably should make sure that they go the right way. It doesn't tell me which way they go, like which side is which. So I'm assuming that the program will be able to know if the two match together. It doesn't tell you which side. Oh, it says situation with the equation. So let me highlight that. So it wants situation, which is the story, with the equation. So I do not know, but I know computers are not always my friend. So I want to make sure that I try to match what the question is asking. What's the written story over here and the equation on the other side? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's move this out of the way. Paul compared several of his paychecks from his part-time job and recorded the data in the table. Which graph represents the equations of variation? Okay, so which one shows this? Well, the first thing that I need to do is figure out what constantly keeps happening. So I'm going to use my tools, and it has a calculator. Let's make my face a little smaller. Y'all don't need to see it. I'm going to do 136 divided by 32. Oops. Okay. 136 divided by 32. I wonder if that error is made a lot. So I got 4.25 for this one. Okay. Going to do 157 divided by 37. Whoa, I probably need to push clear. 157.25 divided by 37 is 425. So that is the same. And based on my choices down here, I am going to guess that I have to match. I might not even have had to do that because I might have just been able to see if the dots match. So hours worked. Oh, that doesn't seem to match very well. Okay, let me pause. Let me see if I can figure out what they want because I don't have any that has 1 hour. So now I have to use some thought processes because my 1 hour is 425, correct? Because that's our unit rate. So which one of these would have 425? That's hard to read. So that one looks like it's there. That one looks like it's there. That one could be 425. That one could be 425. So the problem that I have is that all of those look possible. So now I'm going to have to use that 425 and try to pick some points, which is where it gets difficult. I'm going to pick the 5 and see what he makes in 5 hours. So 5 times 425 is 89.25. So 5 hours goes with 89.25. That makes sense, okay? And then I'm going to choose 10 hours, and I'm choosing those numbers just because they're easy to multiply. So I'm going to do 10 times 425. I need to clear. 10 times 425 is 4250. So something's wrong with this one. So how did I know that? Because that didn't make sense. 10 hours is 4250. So 10 is 4250. Okay, so let's see what he makes in 5 hours. I think I used my calculator wrong. I have to hit clear. That's where I mess up. So 5 times 4.25, $21.25. $21.25. So now I have to try to figure out, and if I were doing this on my computer, like my Chromebook, I would have a dry erase marker. So 5 hours would be at 42. And it's not. And 10 would be at 21. And 10 would be at 4250, which is about here. So I'm going to say this one is not it. Okay. Now again, I would have my mouse. So 5 would be at 21.25. Maybe. 10 would be at 42.50, which would be right on here. So that's probably not it either. It's close, but it looks to me like that is at 10,40, which is not the right answer. This one is 10,50, so it's not the right answer. Oops, I don't want to clear everything. I just want to clear some. So let's go and see if the last two are okay. What is this 10 at? Okay, so if I might just, see, I'm using my little pencil. That might be it. This one might be it. But let's double check here. I'm going to guess. See, and 10 would be higher than 50 on this one. So that means the answer has to be this problem. But it took a lot of thinking through things because it did not give it to me. It did not give me the points up here. I first had to calculate the unit rate. And then since I could figure out the unit rate, I could figure out how much she got paid in 10 hours. So this is an advanced thought process, an advanced question for you guys. Let's go to the next one. All right, the graph shows the total number of pencils and different numbers of boxes of pencils. Okay, so we have a bunch of boxes, and some of them have different numbers of pencils in them. Okay, cool. The 0.28 shows that there are a total of 8 pencils in 2 boxes. Let's see, so 2 boxes, 8, so that is true. The 0.00 shows that there are 0 pencils in each box. I'm going to say that's no, because that doesn't tell me that each box has 0 pencils. It means that 0 boxes has 0 pencils. That's a trick question. The fact that they used in each box, you can't make that assumption. It means that 0 pencils are in 0 boxes. But I can't say that in one box it's 0. So that one is false. The 0.12 shows that each box has 12 pencils. 1, 12. Well, let's see. Since this is a straight line and that says 1 and it's our unit rate, yes. And we should know that because we have covered that before in class. All right. Let's go to the next one. The graph shows the total cost when different numbers of cupcakes are purchased from a bakery. Okay, so I'm going to look at this and I'm immediately going to see, guess what? One cupcake cost me $3. That's my unit rate. So now we have to do that funny one. Let's make my face smaller again. So match each description with the point that provides the information. Okay. Well, I know that the total cost of 0 cupcakes is $0. That's easy. The price per cupcake, well, it's 1 is my X, so 1 cupcake costs $3. So that would be here. Okay. And make sure that you remember the description comes first, and then the point goes on the other side. All right, so this one over here is the total cost of 9 cupcakes. That will go down here. So I'm going to look at these. It could be $9.27 or it could be $3.09. I do not want to get tricked because they have 9 in both. So I'm going to look to see, this is my Y because it's alphabetical order, and my Y is telling me the cost. The X is telling me the number of cupcakes. And since this is asking about 9 cupcakes, that means this one has to be the right answer. Okay. Let's see. Hit next. There's one more. Might not need this. The graph shows a proportional relationship between the number of hours used to rent a boat and the total cost of renting the boat. Match the items with the accurate statements. Oh, interesting. The most time spent renting a boat. I'm going to say it's D, because that's the highest time, because it says hours. So that would be point D. So I'm going to drag that here. Least time spent renting the boat. That would be A, because it's only 1 hour. Spent $30 renting the boat. So I'm looking at my $30. That goes with point C. Right here. Spent only 2 hours renting the boat. So 2 hours would be $20. No. Oh, yeah, it is. That'd be point B. Ooh, cost per hour. What did we figure out? So since this one is per hour, it's $10. That's our answer. Now let's see what happens when I hit next, because I do not know. Okay, you guys will hit next. I do not. Oh, I'm done. So I hit submit test. But I'm doing a sample, so I can't do that. But you guys can. So make sure that you click submit test. This is just practice seeing how things work on this computer.